This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
I'm JAVIER SOTO with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. New developments tonight. Investigators just released these new images of a truck believed to have hit and killed a child last month. Police say a pickup driver took off after hitting the 8-year-old near 67th Avenue in Thomas. Anybody with information is urged to call Phoenix Police or report tips to Silent Witness. $1,000 an hour of taxpayer money. That's what it's going to cost for a team to investigate problems on Election Day in Maricopa County. Those funds were just approved by the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors. The investigation team is headed up by retired Supreme Court Justice Ruth McGregor. At least 30% of Maricopa County vote centers had problems scanning ballots on Election Day. About 17,000 voters ended up putting their ballots in a secure box referred to as door number 3. The county insists everyone was able to cast ballots, but the problems led to long lines and wait times at some locations. The county is conducting its own review of Election Day problems, but the supervisors wanted this independent review. The investigation started back in January, but we're just now learning of that price tag. There is no timetable for when that review will be completed. Calls for action at the state capitol today regarding the superintendent of Scottsdale Unified. Some want him fired, while others are now coming to his defense. This all stems from comments Dr. Scott Menzel made back in 2019 before he was in Scottsdale, where he called for deeper discussions on racial equity in education. Those comments were known to the district before he was hired.
Parents, district employees, and community members in Legislative District 3 and beyond in Scottsdale Unified are scared and intimidated to speak up against the superintendent, so we are here with no choice but to be their voice.
It is wildly inappropriate for a legislator to impede on the local control of our elected governing board to call for Dr. Menzel's termination.
We've reached out but have not heard directly from Dr. Menzel. The district's next slated meeting is a special session next Tuesday night at 6. In our Impact Earth report, the Salt River is home to wildlife including otters, horses, and fish. But the one species biologists don't want to see is the invasive apple snail. Apple snails can grow to become the size of an apple and can be devastating for native wildlife. Our partners at Cronkite News talked to Arizona Game and Fish about the invasive species.
So these particular snails are somebody's unwanted aquarium pet, which has been a real problem because they released it into the wild with well intentions, but with disastrous results.
Local animals don't eat those snails, and a single female can lay up to 15,000 eggs a year. Arizona Game and Fish encourages the community to destroy the pink eggs if you see them, and if you find one out in the wild, put it in a plastic bag, freeze it, and then throw it away. Well, take a look at some of the pictures and videos you sent to ABC15 today. From the snow-capped estrellas to the blanket of snow in Cave Creek, Mother Nature dazzled residents here in the valley with a little bit of snow. Now, once those clouds parted, the Superstition Mountains were covered with fresh powder. Out in the West Valley, the top of the White Tanks had a dusting too. One viewer described the beautiful winter weather in Fountain Hills as she took a morning walk.
I was actually very pleasantly surprised and quite happy to see snow because it's not normal that we see in the valley. So it was really nice and pleasant to see the snow.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.